Welcome to the Hang with Mike and Matt.
Hi, Mike.
Hello, Matt.
Hello.
How's Tricks?
Oh, Tricks is Tricks. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Oh, look, I'm going to remember to put the camera on us.
Hey.
I'm doing good. Getting better. Better. By the time I'm 80, I'll be really good at running a board.
A video star. Man, I was watching you guys the other day. I had to run an errand or whatever, and I'm sitting in the parking lot. And I forget that, Twitch is like a built-in app on the Tesla. So I can watch it live
that's cool.
through there, which is pretty sweet. So I was watching you guys have a hoot out there, and I'm just watching in the car. Which I don't know. I feel like I don't know too much about Twitch, but I remember it was in my car, and I was like, oh, let me pop it on real quick.
So you don't know too much. You're on Twitch.
You're on Twitch. I'm a guest.
You're regularly on Twitch, and you don't. I don't know. Hey,
not too much about it.
Hey,
I mean,
my whole show's on Twitch, and I don't know a lot about it. Donna could probably tell you some stuff.
Well, it's like I don't know. Again, I don't understand the bit tier system, and still I haven't learned to equate anything to anything. I don't understand the watch streaks and the subscriptions, and so I guess I don't really understand Twitch. But then again, YouTube has super chats, and I don't understand that either. I
don't either.
I haven't had to dig into it, so I haven't. You know what I'm saying? I imagine the learning curve wouldn't be that strong with it. I just haven't.
No, I think if you go in live, I think you pretty much figure it out pretty quickly.
It's pretty much.
If you go live on YouTube, which I keep meaning to do, and I keep forgetting. It's been about 3 weeks. We're like, we definitely need to do tomorrow. Then we just forget. Every day we forget. No, but
I don't even bring it up because I didn't think it was in the cards again. If it's in the
to go
to do them both or whatever, I thought it caused issues or something. But it doesn't matter.
We're at least gonna try just going on YouTube. Like maybe for the last hour of a show, now we're gonna switch over to YouTube.
Okay,
just to because we really never gave much effort on YouTube.
Well, can we do them both at the same time, or that's where it gives the problem?
That's where it gave the problem.
Okay.
And I don't know the solution.
Okay.
And there's got a lot of opinions on the solution, and I don't once you start talking about bit frames and all this stuff, it's like, man, I know what I know, and I know to get into a couple places and IP. I can change my IP. Other than that, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and I probably never will. I don't want to learn all that stuff.
Look, I'm not a big adult content guy to begin with, right? Like, I'm not huge on it, but I know that since Florida passed that law now, to get porn, you got to put IDs down or something like that, and you got to verify your age and all that. And I was thinking all right, I'm not a huge connoisseur purveyor, but and they're like, no, you got to put your ID in, and I'm
what's your ID? Your ID of what?
Like your age, you have to put like
driver's license?
Yeah, something like that.
You take a picture of your driver's license or something like that?
Something like that. And then I'm going, well, that's not good. That never goes well for anything you give your driver's license to. And then I'm like, well, how do people get around it? And they were like, oh, you just get a VPN, a virtual private network. And then I'm going, okay, so if I get a VPN. So then I looked up all these different VPNs there are and all the different features and all this stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'll just keep it in my pants. That's fine. Just forget it.
Yeah.
It seemed like a lot of work.
Too many hoops.
Yeah, which I don't even understand why they did the... I remember it popping up about the adult content thing, but I don't remember the exact reason for it. I don't know why Florida enacted that, other places didn't.
Yeah, there might be one or two other places that enacted that. I mean, it's kind of how it should be, because
that's the weird part. It does make sense.
Children, I don't know if I was watching porn at 7 or 8. Or these kids get the phones now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to grab my mom's phone, which all. I don't know what my sexuality would be like. It might be a little distorted.
Yeah, little fluid.
Especially now.
Dude,
before it was just people fucking.
Right, now
it's like the Lord knows what they're doing.
Well, I was on my X account, my burner account, and I don't even really look up stuff on there, and I'm getting hit with porn and just in the regular feed, and I'm going, boy, it is kind of dangerous, you know, like it's not like I'm out there searching for it. It's coming to me. You know, before you would search out the pornography or you'd have to try to find it. It's just coming to me. It's free flowing. It's just this mess of it.
I think you could just find porn on Twitter. So if you're a kid and you grab your mom's phone, you just go to Twitter probably.
Yeah.
Bypass the whole deal.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah.
Always looking for a way to help the 14-year-old boys out there.
I mean, God.
They need help. They need help.
There's no way. I mean, I would imagine the average age where they're looking at adult content now, much younger than what we were.
I want to hear it.
You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be just because of accessibility.
When I was, I think, 13 or 14, I found my parents, you know, a little bit of porno they had.
Yes, I remember your
dream. It was a dream come true.
The reel that you'd roll out when they left the house.
Oh, and then most of the times, you know, they didn't go out for long, so I wouldn't do the reels.
You got a shot clock.
They had some like pamphlets. Like the only way you get pornography back in the day was to go to the dirty bookstore, or you get by mail, and they would mail you these things, and it was basically still porn. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is a gold mine.
I've told you this before. My first experience was going to the public library and finding a Masters and Johnson book where it had sexual positions, but they were drawings. And I was like, let me tear one of this page out here.
Better than nothing.
It was great.
Way better than nothing.
She was very demure. I was like, that's a hell of a drawing. I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. It was like a old 80s music video looking picture.
My sister was taking a sex ed course in college, some kind of human sexuality course. And I found the textbook in her room. And it had these pictures of these people, and they were like kind of hippie-ish, and there's a lot of body hair. Not particularly.
Nobody was shaving back then.
No, and not particularly attractive even, either one of them. And I was like, I can't. I know I'm 14, but this is not.
Gross.
This is not getting me where I need to be. These people are grotesque.
Dude, I can't even. Some of the body hair that these dudes have is outrageous.
I'm glad I don't have a shit ton of body hair.
I know. I'm looking at myself like I haven't shaved my chest in, I don't know, 12 years, right? And like this is all I'm getting. Like this is it.
Yeah.
And then other places, hair is disappearing, you know. But this is all I'm getting. But I couldn't. Like sometimes I look at a guy and I go, man, that's a lot of body hair, but at least it's like well kept. You know.
Yeah. There's a big difference.
And then some dudes with this body hair, it's like, why wouldn't you keep up with it? Like,
it's exhausting. They just give up. It's probably exhausting.
But you've got to be embarrassed.
What do? You get waxed?
I don't.
Most guys ain't gonna go get waxed.
I don't know what you do, but you got to do something.
Somebody shave you because you can't shave your own back.
Yeah. I mean, I use my head shaver, that razor. I'll hit my shoulders or my back a little bit with that.
Yeah,
but I'm not very
my shoulders need a hit, and I'm thinking.
I got your back. I got you.
A true friend.
Next week's show, we'll shave each other's backs on YouTube.
I gotta write that.
It's gonna be sweet.
That's Ned's promo for next week. When these two queens shave each other's backs.
But some women, man, they like hairy dudes. Some really like the hairy dudes.
I guess. I mean, some women like the 3, 4, 5, 6, 8-inch beards.
Mm-hmm.
The gnarly ones. They're just like, and it's like, and they'll go, oh yeah, she loves it. It's like, really? I just don't. I mean, no offense. I just don't understand it. I can't wrap my mind around it. I'm not offended by it. I just don't understand it.
Well,
how do you gotta get through that anytime you want? Maybe they don't kiss each other anymore. You gotta get through that forest.
When I grew up my COVID beard, it was just the only time in life I could see myself doing it and being able to get away with it and not care, right? Just a good old fashioned COVID beard. And I look back on it now and I'm like, why did you allow me to do that? She's like, I don't know, you wanted to. So I wasn't going to say anything. I'm like, but know this. Moving forward, say something. Don't just let the act take place. It's like domestic terror.
right.
You know
Well,
what I
I
mean? Like
mean-
don't see something, say something.
In my opinion, that's what wives are for.
Right.
To not let you out of the house in something that's going to embarrass you.
See, we weren't
You
leaving
weren't-
the
you-
house. It was COVID.
No, but I'm still saying, like,
yes.
they're there to tell you, hey, that ain't looking cool.
And then we had to wear the mask around it. So then now you just this fluffy bullshit beard with this mask over top. Damn COVID. Yeah.
I need to get a picture of you.
Oh, I'll show you when I
With
look
your
at
full beard.
Look like a madman.
Oh, I just got done with my my 72-hour water fast. Donna and I.
Okay. What?
We just got done with our 72-hour water fast.
How many hours did you make it?
I made it 70.
You couldn't do the extra 2
No,
hours?
I mean, because I felt like crap. Oh, I hated it.
2 hours? You couldn't make it the
No,
extra 2 hours?
I was lightheaded. I felt like crap. I was like, this ain't even any good for me. Give me some food.
Hold
this
on.
is terrible.
Let me back up here. What's the advantage of the water fast? You doing like is this coming from the Dana White school of thought?
I don't know. He might eat bone broth.
Okay.
We ate nothing.
Nothing.
Water.
You and Donna?
Yes.
Okay, so you both started at the same time, like a whole solidarity thing of, hey, let's...
Yeah, we did. We both did it exactly the same time. And I got home today, and I was like, I think I'm going to die. And she said she got home today, and it was about like 3 hours before it was supposed to end. And she's like, let's eat. I got to have food. And I was like, I know.
Well, I mean, a credit to 70 hours. How was it for the like...
It was
Was there a part that was particularly difficult or rough? Was
the first
nights
the
easy?
first 24 hours was easy.
Okay.
No big deal.
How much water were you drinking? Like,
Not enough, probably.
okay, I was gonna say, like, are you replacing the food with enough?
Probably not enough. I mean, I drank maybe a little bit more than my usual water, but I wasn't probably supposed to drink 3 liters.
Did you do weigh in?
No, I didn't.
Oh, that's part of the fun.
I just did it. It's supposed to be good for you. It's supposed to help your body heal and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I don't know if it does. I won't do it again because I didn't enjoy it at all.
Well, I don't think you're supposed to enjoy it. I think that's
Yeah, well, I don't want to do it. I don't want to because I don't know what about not eating, but I just lost my will to live. I was like just like the last 12 hours. I'm just like
should have mixed in some bone broth.
yeah. Then it wouldn't be a water fast. Then it's got calories.
all
Dude.
right,
Zero
fair.
calories. My body is. I have the body of a 38-year-old man.
Okay, so wait. So you get 70 hours in. You guys both look at each other, and she's like, "Let's eat," and you're like, "Yes." What did you guys eat? Uh-oh.
Well, I had already told her. that I wanted to eat because I was feeling.
He's gonna fess up.
No, I was just getting ready.
How far into it were you before you said, "Hey, I want to eat"?
Oh, I think I was on the
Today.
phone when I was like.
That was today.
So
I
for the
was
first 2
I
days,
was
you guys
okay.
were okay.
I was okay. I could have gone longer
Well, then why did you
But-
cave at 70 hours?
because my
bet you-
mom was doing it too, and they were both feeling bad.
Hold on, how old's your mom?
86.
She's not supposed to be
I
doing
don't think
water
she
fa-
is.
No,
I don't think she is.
That's
know.
like irresponsible.
Well, I kept telling her.
If I knew what agency to call, I would call an agency and say, "Hey, they're starving this lady. They're only giving her water."
No, she ate. She ate actually at lunch today. She had a sack because I did tell her if
You
need
will
to
eat a cracker, and that is it.
No, I said if you need to eat, you go ahead and eat because if you're feeling dizzy or anything, go ahead and do it. But I did look it up yesterday, and they said there could be benefit. It could be beneficial to 86-year-olds too.
Okay.
But unless they have some
be.
underlying
Maybe.
type conditions,
I mean, you don't know
But
who
they
to
wanted-
believe, babe. You know. Like
Yeah, we don't know. We
No,
don't
no,
know
no.
if it's.
I've
good
never
or
heard of an
for you.
86-year-old woman doing a 72-hour fast.
She did-
Think about how outrageous that sounds.
She did a good job too.
That's bananas, man. You can't do that with old people.
She did.
Oh my God.
But she did eat a salad at lunch today. But he wasn't feeling great.
No.
So if he didn't eat, we just ate.
Were you like doing that thing? Like, were you getting the vapors?
He was.
Were you
I was
gonna
getting
faint?
I felt really weak.
was
And I was like,
getting the
this is a
vapors.
terrible feeling.
Now,
I
were
just
you-
felt lightheaded and weak, and I was just like, and depressed.
Did either one of you find yourselves irritable?
I wasn't too irritable.
I mean, I could see if somebody had irritated me at that point. I would be, because Donna
You would have been irritated back.
because I don't really, I rarely get irritated unless I'm in my car driving. Like with anybody here, I never get irritated.
Okay, so irritation wasn't a factor.
Just
Listen, he needed to eat because if he didn't, it wouldn't be till after the show. So it would have been that much longer.
It's funny you say that. I eat on days we do this. I eat early, and it's like, what are you gonna do for dinner? I'm like, nothing, because I don't really eat when I get home. But we're in this, we do the show during dinner time.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. It's like
Yeah.
you either eat before
or you don't eat.
or you don't eat or eat super late. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like, I'm going to have to eat because otherwise I'm not going to be able to eat till 9
but
o'clock tonight.
70 hours, dude. That was so close.
Oh shoot! Turned off the wrong one.
You were so close.
But they
I'm
say
not-
that,
I
they
wasn't-
say
I
the
don't-
time's there. The time is, approximate how long it takes for.
You were approximately
be-
2 hours short.
Yeah. To where, it still had all kinds of good effects, supposedly.
Okay,
Who knows? Who knows if it does?
I
So
don't think
you're
it did shit.
you're getting ready to eat after 70 hours, and you're going, Jesus Christ, I just gotta eat. And Donna's like, yeah, let's eat. And you guys both, yes, let's do it. First meal back in the saddle. What do you get?
We were like, what do you want to eat? And I was like, something that's got to be delicious because I'm very hungry now because I had to go to the grocery store. And I'm like, that's going to be bad because I'm hungry. I'm starving.
So you're just staring at food, aisle after aisle
Yes.
of food. So what did you go with? Where'd you land?
We were going to make just regular chicken. And I made 1 piece of regular chicken and 2 pieces of fried chicken. And then we had some mashed potatoes and gravy.
Wow, you went really all back in on
Yeah.
the bad food.
And,
Yeah, 'cause
and,
we
li-
were
and
so
some
hungry.
sewer peas.
And some peas. I did do peas.
So you didn't ease back in with
No,
a salad.
I
no,
didn't-
F that. I was
Fried
I
chicken and
gorged
mashed
my-
potatoes.
But I didn't eat a lot. I mean, I couldn't eat. I
couldn't eat
found
as much.
myself really full quickly. So
Man,
I was like, oh, that's good. I'm full. So
we went to all you can eat sushi. This is like for Valentine's Day. She wanted to go to like all you can eat sushi, and I was like, I mean, yeah, it's all right.
Nothing says Valentine's Day like all you could eat.
And we were there for the early bird. We were the only ones in there, like literally the only people in there. We're like, okay, this is gonna get weird. The receipt, it was insane. We just gorged ourselves to like they brought the receipt of everything ordered, and I think we ended up eating like 74 rolls or something like that. It was ungodly. And we waddled out of there like this is the most disgusting we ever felt like in my life. It was awful. Like we get home, we just laid on the couch. I didn't eat for 2 days.
Jeez.
Not because I was fasting. It was because
You're full.
I was full. It was god awful. Like I'm not one to binge and purge, but like I
you
almost
would-
wish I just would have taken the 2 fingers and just.
I think you'd feel better.
I for real. Like and then with the all you can eat sushi, I felt bad because we left some on the plate, and it's like, well, what do you like. Now I feel bad. Like they made the roll. Like
It's kind of rude. Yeah.
But you can't
It
take
said all
it
you can
with
eat,
you.
not all you can order, buddy.
Right.
All right.
But you can't take it with you because there's no to-go boxes. So I'm like, shit, what do I do with this? So I start rolling sushi up in a napkin.
yeah.
And she's like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know. Do we take it with us? It was like I'm putting it in my pocket.
Put it in your pocket.
Smuggling it out.
Yeah. Because I can't get a to-go box, but it's not going to get used anywhere. Like, what are we doing here? And she's like, no, stop it. Stop it. And I'm like, okay. So I went to the bathroom and I flushed it down the toilet because I felt badly about them coming back and being like, "Oh, you didn't eat the sushi we made? You don't
Yeah,
like?"
it's not cool.
So it had to disappear. It was just a means to an end or something.
That's, what you're doing, well, you're flushing sushi down the toilet at the all-you-can-eat buffet. Matt, was there a moment?
Starving.
Was there a moment of reflection on
Oh
your life?
yeah. And my whole life's a moment of reflection. Oh yeah, for sure, dude. It's yeah. But I was doing it out of a kind place.
I think you should have took it home.
You're not allowed. So it would
No,
just be
but I
walking
mean-
out with a fat pocket of
yeah.
sushi.
Pocket of sushi.
Next
yeah.
time, take a baggie with you.
Well, the worst part is she goes, they got cameras, right? I look up and I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, they
What
got
are they gonna bust
cameras.
you on the way out?
some-
you
some-
got sushi in your pocket.
Yeah, some chef back there watching me pocket up his sushi in a napkin and roll
they
it up.
probably do.
Yeah,
They
like
probably
we were the
getting right-
only ones in there. Like there was nothing else for them to
Yeah,
do.
Nothing else. No one else for them to watch.
Yeah. Oh, these two white
You think
pigs
they got
eat
the
more
bathroom
sushi?
camered up and they're watching you flush
Yeah,
it?
they
Cuzzy?
do.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why he fresh sushi down toilet?
And then I come out and I'm like, I'll have another roll, please.
Oh, what an a-hole.
That would be that's a way to put a place
that's
out of business,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I think somebody from the back's gonna come pay you a visit.
Sucker free. Subscribe for 32 months.
Hey.
Thank you,
Sucker free.
Man, so back on the so what's the
Kevin
next
JK
meal?
says some sushi places charge you for not eating it.
Actually,
Really?
this one does too. That's what that was
Oh,
part.
that you committed a crime then.
Well, then no, they did not. This was not one of those
Well,
places.
if you had to pay for it, then you should be allowed to take it.
No,
No,
that what
they don't
that-
want you because they don't want you taking the overage.
Right.
yeah, because
Yeah.
that's you could order
Yeah.
17 plates
Yeah, I get
overage
it.
and
Yeah, like I get the spirit of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to disrespect it, so I ended up flushing it down the toilet as opposed to putting a napkin in my pocket. You know,
that's
Trying
got
to
to
be-
be a constant battle with places like that. Just people trying to order too much food and take it home and do that.
well,
Constant. What a pain in the ass.
my a friend of mine owns these like ice cream, like weigh your own ice cream and put your own toppings on there and all that stuff. And I asked him, I go, how's that going? Like, how does that work? Like, what's the biggest, like, how's your margins work with that stuff?
What's the thing that
Yeah, how's
pisses
the
you
bar-
off the most that
Maybe- yeah.
people do?
And that's basically it. He's like, the thing that sucks is the fruit, because the fruit expires. Your kiwis, your strawberries, you only got so long on that
Kiwi,
before
yeah.
you gotta before it turns. So you're putting this stuff out, and then but people will take those spoons and they'll just fling stuff everywhere. It'll get on the floor and all that. So when he sees like a strawberry on the floor, he's like, God damn it. Like those are the things, like, little chocolate sprinkles. Okay. But all the toppings, it's just how reckless that people are with the toppings.
Free because it's by weight. And
By weight,
so
but
it
you're
don't
not
matter if
really-
you spill any because you're.
Yeah, you're not really paying much attention. You're like all
Yeah.
over the place. But that's, he said that's the margin killer is the,
I can't imagine the margins would be great on an weigh your own ice cream place. I've never understood like places like that say how much ice cream you got to sell. I mean, your rent's $4,000 a month.
I don't know the
even
equation
if I've
either.
Even seen one of those kind of places. I don't care. I ain't going anywhere where everybody's dipping out their own shit. You can forget
Dude,
that.
Just very anti that.
Not only will I do that, I go to there's a gas station, but it's a really nice gas station. At least in my mind, I'm like, this is a pleasant gas station. Because gas stations now, they're not like they were back in the day.
Yeah.
You had some, pervert pumping
you
your gas.
talking
And
racetrack with their ice cream.
maybe that sounds strangely familiar. Maybe.
We've been there
We've
at
been
1
there.
o'clock in the
Yeah,
morning.
It's
oh yeah, you
delicious.
get all kind. You can get whatever toppings you
All the
want.
that's what I'm talking about, dude. Like,
Oh,
and,
yeah. I
don't
and you
get
bring it up
toppings,
there,
but-
and it's like $4, and you're going, well, this is way better than some of the other spots.
You can put a lot of stuff on that.
Oh.
We'd always go there. We get on the way home from the Green Parrot, after drinking and stuff. And half the time we pull in there and go, oh, the ice cream bar is out of service.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
that's the
what
worst.
We're like, God damn it.
God damn it.
Last place on the way home.
All you can eat, or that it still has a place in society. Then it still has that certain thing.
Got that certain attraction.
Yeah.
Like it's free.
But there used to be what was the all you can eat pizza place? I don't even know if it's still around.
CC's.
That's it, CC's.
CC's is great when you're young. when
Yeah,
you're like
when you're 15,
19
16.
to 19 to 20, or 16 to 25, and you're on a budget and you can pack away, 10, 11 slices of pizza. I used to do that. 10, 11 slices.
That's the one you wrap it up in the napkin. And you,
But now, it wouldn't even be worth it for me. I don't want to eat more than 3 pieces. Occasionally 4 pizza. I'm just, that's too much.
Oh, remember Brandon said, remember that one time we were on our way home late at night and that racetrack was closed because of
Power outage?
lack of employees.
Oh,
They had a
no
sign
way.
yeah.
They're supposed to be open, like either all night or at least till 2 or something like that. And it was like a sign on the no, they were closed because of lack of employees. We're like,
A bunch of bullshit.
I might have gone there that same night that you guys did.
Get my
but
ice
for
cream.
real. I've encountered that.
Yeah.
And they keep saying unemployment, like there's plenty of jobs out there and all this stuff, but like I don't know who's not working or working. I have a hard time
I can't figure it out.
figuring
dude.
out people.
I know.
Like everybody says they want to work, but when it comes down to it, nobody wants to work. You know what I mean? Like nobody actually wants to
No,
work.
I mean, some people do, but
It's a rare breed.
yeah, I don't want to work.
But you realize
Unless
that you
it-
have to work.
Unless I mean, even this, this is what I've done my whole career, and I love doing it. But if I, won $50 million in the lottery,
You might do it for
might
fun.
might catch me on a few times a year
Right, at your leisure.
at my leisure.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
really, that's why it's Howard Stern. That's why he's like, well, if I can get away with all these days off. Why not?
Man, God bless him. What did
Right.
he say? He was doing like three shows a month or something. Some outrageous.
I don't
Yeah,
even
it's pretty
know
bad.
what it is.
It's almost a joke. Like it's like, I mean, I get it. He had a good agent and everything like that. But like on the Sirius XM end, was there just no pushback at all? Where they were just like, sure, yeah, one show's great, yeah, let's do that. Just 2 shows, okay, fine. It's like
Maybe
there was
not.
never
Or
any
maybe
negotiation.
he said, I'm going to retire. And they said, how about if you just do 1 show? How
Yeah,
about
but-
if you just do 2 shows?
But they're firing, like Sirius XM, they fired a bunch more people recently, and it's not a model that's like continuing to thrive. Like at least not currently. I don't know what they're going to do in the future to change it, but
Do you think he's still making a ton of
I'm sure he's doing great.
money for them? That it's worth it. Like they have to have him because
gotta
nobody
tell you, I don't-
nobody else really makes that much money.
Well, not only that, I don't think they have. I don't have a subscription right now, so I don't know what else is on there as far as content goes. But I mean, music you can get that anywhere, so it's not like it's not like the music is driving people. So if it's content driving people, great. But most of these content, whether it's a comedian or whatever, they all have their own podcast. So or a Patreon or a Rumble or whatever it is. So they don't even need that. So it's kind of.
It seems like it almost has to become Blockbuster satellite
Yeah.
radio. It's like
Which is weird because when we started on satellite radio, we were like, oh my God, this is like, where does it go from here? This is the craziest, most technologically advanced thing ever.
It flames out.
Yeah, and then 15 years, 20 years later, it's like,
it's gone. Internet, buddy.
yeah.
That's where it's going.
But isn't that strange to
It's-
think about?
and what's
They should have kept up with, they should have been the next Rumble or whatever.
They should have the
got
next
all
Pandora or the next
podcasts.
Pandora. They should have been the first Pandora.
Yeah, they should have got
They
all
should
the
have
people for the
moved-
podcast.
Well, now
to
they
come
own
there.
They should have
Pandora.
moved into internet music and said, "Hey, the satellite shit's for the birds. We gotta move. We're gonna have to switch to internet."
I'm disappointed on how much equipment I bought to have those satellite systems. I had to go and get those little mobile radios and put it in your car and put it in your
Yeah.
dash, and then
Yeah.
somebody break in your car and they take it and you're going, God damn it, and then you have to go get another one, and like, or you lose the remote, or all this stuff that was involved.
Yep.
And
Definitely.
now all that equipment's just like antiquated. Remember you had those big handheld ones for Sirius Satellite? And we were, like, at the time, it didn't seem that big.
I still have some. I think I have some new ones up in the cabinet. Yeah.
Relics.
Yeah.
Put those up on eBay.
But even those devices now, if you look at them, you probably pull them out of a box and go, Jesus, this is huge. Like, why? Because it had like a built-in antenna to connect to the
I'll have to go look
the
at
satellite
it
or
and see what it
something.
looks like.
Town and Country cheered 1,000 bits only because Donna is here.
Thank you, Town and Country.
I'll take it.
Just gonna have to make a guest appearance every week, babe.
I love Donna in here. I feel bad though. I feel like we're sucking up her time or something.
She's a busy woman.
Yeah. How are things?
Things are going good.
That was
Things are good.
that was
Except for I'm always tired.
really vague. Do I need to have a psycho session with you?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Things are going good.
Things are
Going good, Matt.
They're going great.
Thanks for asking. They're going good.
Next, she's gonna do this body signals, body language, where you catch somebody. Good. Everything's good. Yeah, no,
Couldn't be better. Couldn't be better.
it's great. Yeah. I don't let They always tell people. They always tell you like you're not supposed to tell people that
Yeah,
things aren't going well.
great.
And I am such the opposite. I never tell anybody when anything's going good because rarely it is. But I'm such like a like honest to a fault in that regard where it's like, how's it going? Like, dude, like not
It's going.
like.
It's going.
But which also makes me not believe that things are going well for anybody because there's no way somebody's just everything's always hunky
Well,
dory.
things aren't great for everybody anymore.
That's what I mean, but you're
Things used
supposed
to. Be great
to.
for people.
You're supposed to tell people that
Yeah.
things are going great at all times to protect this to keep your. I don't know, machismo. I don't know
Yeah.
what the word would be.
To
but
keep your keeping up with the Joneses up.
yeah, and I'm just kind of like things are awful. Things are really like.
I mean, things are not awful, so
Some days they're awful.
occasionally they're
Some
awful.
days they're okay.
When I didn't have any air, that was getting there.
I would say that some days are good. That might be the extent of it. Like, I don't think if somebody was like, man, how's today? I don't think I've ever been like, great. I don't think great exists in my frame of thought. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, at most, you're going to get a good.
Did it ever exist in your frame of thought?
Not really. No.
Oh, come on.
No, but for
Really?
me to think a day is great, like, how are things great? Like, no. Like, what's great? Like, what is great consist of? What would be a great
Things
day
aren't
for
going
you?
bad.
But if things are going badly, then, like, things aren't, there's always going to be things going badly. I'm just, I'm neurotic or something. I don't know. Manson's a guy. Mike, you always say things are great.
I am.
Things are great.
Oh, then people, whenever I go to work back at the old job, I walk through the bullpen. Hey, how's it going? I'd say fantastic.
Yep, you would always use fantastic. And I'd sit there and go, that's because you don't have to deal with this.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic for you. Because the rest of us.
Oh, I guess it was a dick move.
I
thought I was just being honest.
No, you were, but your chipper attitude was so chipper that it's like, why does he have everything so fantastic?
Yeah. Why is his days fantastic and ours suck so bad?
Over time, though, I think his days became less fantastic.
Oh, they can
so,
be way less
For sure.
fantastic. Yeah, finally got mine.
Yeah, you got your comeuppance.
Finally got my comeuppance. Everybody gets their comeuppance.
Too bad you weren't there to see it.
You would have enjoyed. You would have enjoyed it.
I was
You
out
would have
there.
enjoyed
Things
it.
were good for me. If I were to walk, if you were the last few years of being with the cuck, if I were to walk down the hall and be like, hey, Mike, how are things going? What would your word have been?
Fucking lousy.
That fantastic scale just went right down.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you would have enjoyed. It was painful. It was like I think everything he did was trying to drive me away and make me insane. So he turned me into a Brent Hatley yes man. And so I was like, there's some days there was nothing interesting at all on the show. It was just him blathering, and then you go, "Isn't that right, Manson? Don't you agree, Manson? What do you think so, Manson?" And and I would just I wasn't putting a whole lot of Brent Hatley effort into it. I was just like, "Yep."
Wait, was this after Brent left?
Yeah. This was towards the very end.
Was he with his the porn chick? I use that term Very loosely.
What's her name?
Yeah.
Janessa
Caitlyn.
No.
No.
What are we
Brent.
talking?
Caitlyn.
Oh,
Caitlyn.
Was she doing trains and all that stuff?
No.
no, I don't think so at all.
No.
I think they went
They
like
didn't-
cold like bam, right into the
Yeah, not cold turkey. The opposite,
the opposite
of cold turkey.
yeah, whatever that is, right into the swing.
Jumped right into the nuclear silo.
dove right into it. Gangbangs and
Yeah, he wasn't with the show when they came back because he was with Howard right up till then, till they moved back. Then they
Okay.
moved back and they started trying to do just a podcast, and then quickly went to porn.
yeah, they're like this ain't
Quick.
this ain't working out.
Very quickly.
Donna, when are you planning on making the transition, hun?
Can you
I
go?
don't. How was she not already like that? You'd go from not like that to that.
Don't ask me.
Yeah,
To,
dude.
I mean, actually selling being like a prostitute, right?
I mean, look,
You go right from you don't go from just being a normal girl to prostitution. I mean, I think Brent had a lot to do with because he used to do that to
Yeah, he
What's her
talked
face?
Amanda into
Amanda.
it.
He
And
used
so
to.
maybe
She used to have to get super wasted at the Bubba-Paloozas
In order
to
to-
where she could go swing with some people, and I think he made her do it, and she made, she made it look like she liked doing it, but she didn't. She hated it, so she had to get super wasted, and she
super
did.
wasted.
oh,
She would get
yes.
super wasted, and then she would go swing with some people or fuck some guy. I don't know, whatever he made her do, I think. And so, is that
Maybe
what he did to this one? But
What do you want to do? Work an 8-hour day or blow 5 guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
Caitlyn
that
seems more willing, though.
well, the only difference that I can at least figure out on this deal is like he's nowhere in the picture. Like,
He's not in anymore. Doing
no, I think he was in a couple scenes where he was like pulling his pud in the background or something like that. Because I used to see gifs of it, which was great. It was funny.
Sketchy Press sent me.
Yes, Sketchy.
He's like laying on a bed and he's
Yes, you get like a bag of M&Ms or something like
and
that.
he's jacking off, and I'm like,
So weird.
I was like, what? How do you go from radio to that?
I don't know, but yeah, and then like he's no longer even pulling his pud, so it's just her, I think, doing stuff. I don't know how it goes. I'm not.
Is she still doing it?
I don't think I don't think
She
she's the
might be-
ambassador anywhere to. I don't.
She might be on OnlyFans, right? That's
would-
what you
I
would be
would
on.
imagine.
That stuff. I don't think it's that profitable for the average OnlyFans person. I just don't think it is. It's like few people are making money.
Oh man, how disappointed would you be if like because the OnlyFans they have like those that you can chat. I think that's one of the big features. Like, oh, you can talk to the person. Let's say you're really into the girl or whatever, and then let's say you're really into Brent's wife or whatever, and you talk to her, and then you get a response back like, oh, solidly fuck you, like solid. You go, this isn't you, this is your husband.
Yeah.
Replying like if he's running the chat, like all the telltale signs of him doing it.
I could so see that. I don't know it. I don't know what he's doing.
You
though.
should go on and chat with her. And
I
see-
have-
Oh yeah.
if it's Brent.
Yeah.
I have zero interest in chatting with any of that. Like, so far out of my orbit, I don't have it. Even to troll them, I don't even want to troll them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even
time
there's
for
a
that.
deep down troll in me that like sometimes will
Yeah.
want to make an appearance and going,
Yeah.
let me do this real quick. And I'm going, I'm staying out of it.
Just
No,
not worth it.
because then it's like
not
I'd
worth
have
it.
to create a couple fake accounts. I don't know, and then what if it's like, ugh.
It seems like a lot of work
Yeah.
to get very little.
I'll just sit back and hate to myself.
Yeah, that's more fun. I'll go with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no desire to.
Guess what the Brent Hatley, the Twitch show he was doing devolved into relatively quickly.
Well, the only thing I know is I saw somebody. I can't remember how I saw it, but it was what's her face, the whore. His wife.
Caitlyn.
Sorry.
Oh,
And she was doing yoga or something like that, but it was awful. She was just. I don't know.
It was
like
bad. It was real bad.
And I was like, "This is the strangest thing I've ever seen. Like, this is the
It was supposed
weirdest
to be. It was supposed
thing.
to be sexy.
was that before?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it devolved. I mean, not only it devolved into that, but it also devolved into them arguing with people in chat
Oh,
the
yeah.
entire show.
Oh, they got trolled, so it just became a big
Well, you know,
troll
I mean,
fest.
he kind of has that personality that creates trolls. And I think both of them, they were so annoying. And the people would get, and they couldn't, he can't handle trolls. He had to reply to him, and it was terrible. They're just yelling at if the two of them, they're standing there, and there's some music playing behind them, and they're live, and they're yelling at people in chat. So you can just go to hell.
Ned's Navy says, if you get threatened with a citizen's arrest, you know it's Hatley.
Oh God!
Go on there and say stuff to him until he says, you're going to...
Give it a rest.
Crack you to the surface.
Oh God! Look, for any listener that had to hear that, think about how many times you had to hear it as a listener. Think about how many times we had to hear it working with him. Right? Like
Yep.
all the how many times you heard citizens arrest behind the scenes? Like, good
He wasn't.
God.
He wasn't citizens arresting nobody.
No, and all his catchphrases just were Coco would give him a catchphrase, and then he would
He'd use
he'd
it.
run with it.
Rub it in burn it. What do you say? Grind it into the ground.
Yeah, or whatever. All these little things.
Crack you to the surface.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah.
Good time.
Yeah. How did we get off on that?
I don't
even
know. I feel much better now that I've eaten a meal.
Yeah.
Well, you look good. You look less emaciated.
I feel.
You look great.
I felt. Yeah. I was like, I feel terrible.
What's next on the menu? I mean, that's the question. I mean, now that you're back into the food,
I don't even know.
why don't you do the red meat already? What are we waiting
We're
for? Now's the
thinking-
We're
perfect
thinking
time.
about it. We're thinking
We're
about it.
thinking about it. I bought a steak, and I thought, maybe I'll have Trace cook that and see if I
You
take a
currently
bite.
have a steak,
Yeah,
and you haven't eaten meat in how long?
30 years.
But you're willing to.
Maybe.
I mean, you did buy a steak, so
I figured Trace can eat it if
She's
we...
getting there.
dude.
I think she's just sick of cooking chicken. Is that it?
I'm just... Yeah,
You want
I'm
more
just-
variety in
more
your-
variety, I guess.
Well, so just as messed up as
'Cause
the
it
beef is, like and Mike, I sent you an email on this, like the Costco chickens, which one of the reasons people have like a Costco membership is because there's certain things that don't go up in price.
Yeah.
And whatever, right? The chicken is one of them. What is it? $4.99.
You mean like the
rotisserie?
Rotisserie.
And that's like one of the perks where they're going, look, we're not raising the price on that, and we're not raising the price on the hot dog and soda thing, right? Like two mainstays. We can figure it out somewhere else. Let's not raise the price on those. But this guy was walking through the Costco chickens, and I'm going, I don't even know if like you're talking about not eating meat, but after watching this, I'm going, maybe I need to eat more meat. Like it's all bad. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
It's
there's
all
not.
bad.
I
What are you
said.
gonna do?
He said, I'm not really tired of chicken. It's just that it got different because it did. Sometimes you'll get a piece of chicken and it's just different. And since I've cooked so much chicken, I can tell immediately when it's different. Some of them, the fork won't even go through it. And then when it does, it's like crunch, 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 crunchy, like weird. And I'm like, see, they'll put, like, if you get those 7 packs of boneless, skinless chicken, there'll be like one of them in there that's weird.
Will
and then they
you-
became stringy. And then I said, well, what is, we don't know. Maybe regular meat like steaks and beef and stuff, maybe that's different too. We just don't know because we don't eat it.
Then in that case, you really do have to try a steak, but you got to make sure it's a good steak, because if you're going to dive back in, at least like don't do a comparison with like the stringy chicken to like stringy bad beef. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
do something that's
Well, the only thing I would eat anyway would be the things I would like that I never really ate pork chops. I don't care for pork chops.
a nice ribeye.
Maybe that's what I got is a ribeye. So a ribeye, like a steak, or I used to love roast.
Okay.
In the crock pot
Yep.
roast, and they just
With the
falls
gravy and the
off.
potatoes
Like
and the carrots.
Yeah.
Man, Donna's back on the meat train, dude.
That.
You can see it coming. She's already gearing up. She's already.
I'm just trying to think if it would be worth it. I'm like,
She's excited because that's a new cooking experience she can have instead of the same old, same old.
yeah. I mean, that's the stuff I used to cook, before.
If you want, seriously, if you want, I'll bring over a steak, okay? and you can cook it for me, and then I'll eat it. But then you can see what the cooking experience is like. That way, if you're not going to eat, if you don't like it, at least I get my steak cooked by a woman.
What does that mean?
Well, I mean, you guys are traditionally better cooks. That's facts are facts.
It's funny because all the women cook at home, but most of the cooks in restaurants are all men. Isn't that weird? Why?
Because you can make money doing it, so they keep the women out of it.
Because
don't you think? You think?
I understand the fast food restaurants because, like Trace would say, when he managed a kitchen and beefs and stuff, he was like, women don't want to be back there. It's hot as fuck.
No, they're the waitresses.
Yeah, they don't want to be back there. They have no desire to be back there sweating and cooking.
Yeah,
they don't want to do that at all.
It's not the cooking experience like a woman. Okay, you dust off the cookbook, you open up to page 7, and you get out all your ingredients, and you're taking your time, and you roll the dough, and you got the TV on in the background or music playing. No, restaurant kitchen, it's fucking
chaos.
It's chaos. Yeah, like there's no, it's not the same. So, yeah.
But nicer restaurants, they're not hot in the back. They're not like that, but there's still men. There's still chefs. You never see a woman chef back there.
It's rare. Yeah, it is.
I don't know why they just don't. It's not something that appeals to women, I guess.
They're too bitchy.
Mike offering his perspective on the situation.
Who wants to work for that female chef? Oh my God!
You sounded like an Elmer Fudd. They're too bitchy.
They are too bitchy. I mean, that's so funny because yesterday I said something like that to myself. It was something like the road work and destroying the woods on the sides and stuff. I was like, man, if women ran all this, that's why women don't, because they're too sentimental and they wouldn't want to cut down all the trees. And I thought, man, if women ran all this, things would be better. I bet we could run it better. And I thought, if only we weren't so bitchy.
You guys,
that's the problem, is we're just too bitchy.
Here's my
Not
problem.
we, them.
Here's my problem with women and empowered women. And it's not a problem because I get it. And you guys deserve everything that everybody else does. I understand. But that comment you just made is the same thing that my wife said about Trump and the tariffs or whatever it was we were watching on TV over the weekend. And she's kind of shaking her head. I'm like, what? She goes, if I just surrounded myself, all I need is just 6 other smart women, we would have this problem solved in like a day.
Yeah.
And I'm going, that is so egotistical of you to think and say. And then here you are, you're going, all I need
Maybe me and Tasha could
is a couple strong women.
Sort the whole world
You all
out.
think and honestly, I kind of believe that you could sort it out. Like there's a part of me that believes it. But yes, you guys would get very bitchy.
Unfortunately, it's almost impossible to sort out because you can't, like the solution. The solutions are, pretty simple.
A lot of nuance stuff.
But people are fighting you. If you want to change Washington, which it needs a 100% overhaul, most people need to go. We had 250 years to ruin the country, and the government is ruined. The government's ruined and totally bought and paid for. So you got to it's hard to get rid of that. Somebody has to come in and get rid of that. I don't know. So I don't know if that'll ever happen because you're facing millions of people who hate you because you want to take their jobs because they ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
Bureaucracy. We got so many federal jobs that people are making probably 130,000. So you hate Donald Trump because you sit in office and don't even do anything.
I want one of them federal jobs.
Yeah, federal jobs are the best.
Yeah.
And that's why we're $37 trillion. I don't think it's going to change. I think it's a big dog and pony show. But hey, that's what needs to be done. I don't know if they're doing it for real. We shall see.
Going in another direction, said, do you want me to PayPal you $40 to buy a steak? Yes. And have Trace cook it for you on Thursday. Well, tomorrow would be too soon because we couldn't get a steak this quick.
We can do it next Thursday. When
So,
we want to do it with Jerry's.
We can hear you
Jerry's
try
here.
a steak for the first time in a long time. Yeah.
Why can't I be here for the steak
It's
tasting?
his
Right?
idea. It's his idea too.
Yeah, I want to Wednesday. You want to do it Wednesday next Wednesday?
I would. because you need on there. You need some nice compound butter. You need it seasoned correctly.
Yeah, Donna.
You know,
Yeah, and
Donald
Trace,
seasoned it
maybe
correctly.
Trace could say. And Trace is a good cook, so he cooks things.
my go-to is I always go back because I'm okay at it, but I'm not great. But I always go back to Gordon Ramsay on YouTube, and he's got like his 3.5 minute video of how to cook a steak. And whenever I'm in doubt, I will just go back to that. And
Does he cook it in butter?
it's butter and thyme and garlic. But it always turns out right whenever I follow his plan.
Mm-hmm.
If I deviate from the Gordon Ramsay steak, it can go.
How do you like yours cooked?
Well, according to Gordon Ramsay, medium is here, medium rare is here, and he points, which I still don't understand how that goes. Like he points to sections of your hand, and
No, yeah, I've no.
I don't know,
Whatever
but
that
I'd say medium rare.
Yeah.
Medium rare.
I think I used to eat that medium rare too.
Yeah, you like it bloody.
Not bloody.
Medium rare
medium-
is you're getting close to. Isn't that close to bloody? It's pretty.
No, rare is, but medium rare, maybe medium then. I didn't eat it bloody, that's for sure.
If you want to see a mad
Trace will
chef,
eat
you order well done at a fancy
Oh,
restaurant. Yeah, and the chef will get livid.
Yep.
Like, what in the world is going on at table 7?
Yep. Tracy's gonna give it to you medium rare, babe.
Yeah, Trace will eat a piece of it not even cooked, so.
Well, I mean,
He's a meat eater.
you can. I forget what it's called, but there's it doesn't matter.
You want to see the Costco guy?
Oh, yeah,
Wanna see
yeah,
the Costco guy.
Let's see what's up with these chickens.
Stop buying Costco rotisserie chicken. Here's why. You probably didn't know this, but this little peep is only about 6 weeks old. This is a specially bred chicken in horrible conditions, grown and fattened on likely corn and soy that's GMO to create this chicken in 6 weeks that you're eating. They take it to a mass slaughterhouse where they dip it in chlorine and other toxins to make it safe, and it's leaving those residues on the chicken. And this bird isn't just seasoned with normal herbs and spices. They have preservatives in here like sodium phosphate that's linked to liver and kidney damage, and carrageenan, which can degrade into polygenine, which is a known inflammatory agent and possible carcinogen. And lastly, this chicken is hot, right out of the oven, stored in a plastic bag. And nobody really knows what type of plastic bag this is, but it's likely a mix of polyethylene terephthalate. Remember that word phthalate? It's
Yeah,
a known
Chinese.
hormone disruptor, and this is microwave safe, so you're putting hot food into a plastic bag
man.
that can leach these hormone disrupting chemicals, and 117 million of these are eaten each year in the US. So share this video with your friends.
Yeah.
Man, we're so screwed.
That's what
We're
a
so
friend of mine had told me
screwed.
about. Oh, I love the Costco, and all I could think of was, I wonder how they raise those things.
Poison.
Because they raise, they say, they raise them on, like with the eggs, they'll say,
Cage free,
no
free
meat,
range.
no
Come on, no,
grain,
No
what
fa-
is it?
no
just
feed?
grain,
I don't know. I don't
grain fed,
Is
grain fed,
that
or
what it
something
is?
like that. And I was always thought, why would they do that? Because chickens eat worms and bugs, and chickens eat meat.
What I'm
because it's
So-
you can fatten up a chicken on corn. You know how many insects you'd have to. You have to have an insect ranch, and that's
Why can't they do that?
Mike, if you could rewind that video just to any point during the middle of it, the whole time I'm watching this, I'm just thinking to myself, like, how are they letting this guy film this
Right.
video in Costco?
Yeah.
ain't nobody paying no
Like,
attention.
he's just there talking shit about
Yeah.
like, I'm here to film, guys. Excuse me, I'm here to film a video that's going to get millions and millions of hits.
Yeah, about
talking
how much
shit
you
about
guys
your little
suck.
chickens here. So if you excuse me, I need
you
some
think-
room, some space to film.
He just as you look around, make sure nobody's
They take
around.
it to a mass slaughterhouse where they dip it that's linked to liver and kidney.
we got a guy talking shit about us in aisle 3. Can you go grab him?
It's likely a mix of into a plastic bag that can.
Yeah, that. So there's that.
So like you want to eat healthy. You want to, and
Trace and,
I don't know where you eat healthy.
Trace and Brandon both went to 2 separate times. We just happened to talk. They both happened to talk about it on the bar show that Trace had gone to Outback, and he was like, and I ordered a steak. It was supposed to be a filet, and he's like, I don't know what it was. He's like, it was some kind of organ or something. Like,
Oh God.
he said, I swear it was like a heart or something. He said it was disgusting. And Brandon was like, me too. He's like, I went there and I ordered a steak and it was horrible. He said, I thought I didn't even eat it. He's like, I didn't know what it was. It's like, so what is that all about?
Man, my
'Cause
wife.
they used to have decent food.
Getting it from China,
I mean,
Chinese chicken,
She went.
Chinese steaks.
She went through a drive-through yesterday. I'll write down the place because it's over here, and
Yeah.
and
the
she
one-
goes, she's like, we need to save these fries. I'm like, what's up? She goes, I don't know. She goes, they taste like piss. I was like, what do you mean? And she goes, they do not taste right. Like they're not
Did
tasty
you
right.
taste the piss?
Hell
John?
no.
She should have waited.
Well, to me, I looked it up and it's like, okay, this place now uses beef tallow on their fries, which
Yeah.
I guess makes a difference. Perhaps I don't
That's
know.
what you
Supposed to taste better, I
That's what
think.
they use. That's what like
Everybody used to
McDonald's
use
used
it,
to
yeah.
use.
Well,
and
here-
now they suck.
So here's the rub. So she goes through the drive-through and she goes, I don't know if it was a Tesla incident or not. And I'm like, oh, okay, plot twist, right?
Oh,
Oh
what?
shit!
A Tesla incident.
I
You know,
don't know.
people are doing like little things to
Pissing on Tesla owners'
But
fries.
Yeah, all
are
that
they
stuff.
really?
I don't know, but she said that when they went up to the drive-through, the two guys in the back were like, "Yeah, I told you it was a Tesla. I told you it was a Tesla." And then they're like, "Here's your fries, ma'am." And like, it's like,
Pissed on them
I
fries.
pissed on them fries. Like, I don't believe that would happen. I don't think people are that evil necessarily. So I was like, so with these fries are sitting on the counter last night. I'm cleaning the kitchen. I'm like, can I throw away these fries or what? Because she goes, I want to find a testing
Oh
laboratory.
my god!
So I did. I found a laboratory in the area here that tests food, and you can test it for, foreign whatever the hell. And but I go, this is a lot of effort to go through for some fries. I was like, can we just throw them out? She goes, I need you to keep a few of the fries. It's like, fine, keep a few of the fries. I don't know.
I'd like to know where that
shit.
testing facility is.
Are you gonna have them tested?
I don't know what she's gonna do. I have no interest in getting the fries piss tested.
I'm very interested in
I
finding
would
out.
chalk it up to just you got me with your piss fries. Like, I'm not the kind of guy who would be like, like now, you're done for. Like, I would just be like, you pee on the fries, didn't you, dude? Come on, tell me. Come on. And then I'd flatten his tire, but it was all good.
We need to go to this restaurant and get some fries and see if they taste.
Yeah, you got
It
it.
could be
Big,
just the seasoning.
Big Kahuna guessed it. How did you guess that?
You gotta have to you gotta borrow the Tesla because I think you gotta make it an even thing. You know what I mean? Like, because she's saying that it might have been a Tesla inspired incident.
But then you won't. But they're still maybe their fries just taste like piss.
Yeah.
Which
Which
is
I mean,
very possible.
You didn't taste them, so we don't know exactly how much like piss they tasted like.
How would I know what that, like, I would never be able to taste a 5-hour-old fry and be like, yeah,
I'm just saying.
pissy. Like,
You
I wouldn't
might.
know.
You might.
Well, I'm not taking that
I
chance.
mean, you might take one bite and go, oh, piss.
I did have a guy back in high school, and he worked at I don't know, one of these places, and he there would be kids, because kids have little stupid rivalries in school, and he would spit on their sandwich for sure. He would hock a big loogie.
Oh, that's disgusting. God, it makes me want to throw up. See, Trace said that he never ever
Experienced that.
experienced that in the restaurant industry.
I
That
don't-
He's
yeah.
never seen anyone do that.
I haven't either, really, but it does occur. And then there was
Oh, it
another
does, it
guy
does.
who worked at a very a fast food chain in high school, and he got caught pissing in the pickle jar. And
It's all
Why?
vinegar. It don't matter.
What is wrong with people?
People are weird.
I knew somebody that when I was in
used
high
to be
school
harmless pranks,
that
Donna. Now
worked
it's
at, I
catch a
don't know,
charge.
McDonald's. I think he rubbed his dick on the inside of a cup.
Okay, see, that's equally as bad as
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah, it's
like,
gross.
don't downplay the rubbing of the dick.
No,
You know,
I'm not. That's disgusting.
all he did was he did.
No, I'm saying he did. And that's the only person I had ever heard of that did such a thing.
I remember
Awful.
I was working at the Power Pig with the Dale Doe, and there was some like Miss Teen America there, in the studio, and she wanted a drink. So me and Dale, being the flunkies, we went back to the back to get some ice for her to drink. And I'm standing there, and Dale's getting the ice, and then I see him pull down his pants, and he puts his dick in the ice, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
What was he doing? Like, why? What's the?
I don't understand what satisfaction you get out of that. Watching the girl drinking, going, "Yeah, that dick was in the ice."
Yeah, that's indicative of bigger problems. There was listener food back in the day, especially at the Night of Your Rock days. People would drop off food all the time, and you would get a notice when it came in of like, where'd this come from? And it would be like listener food. It's like,
nope.
Because you didn't know what was it. You had to know. Like if it was Scotty the Body dropping off food, or like a listener that you knew or had trust in, it was one thing. But if it was just random listener food,
you have no idea who that is.
You'd leave it on the table, and then you'd kind of watch to see who grabbed it and ate it.
I do that when if you go to a family function. I'm like, who cooked this?
What's your go-to for a family function? Like, because everybody's got that plate that they're like, oh, okay, I'll do, buffalo chicken dip, or I'll do hot dogs, or whatever. Like, do you have the go-to that you're going, okay, family function, here we go. Let's just do this. It's the standard.
Because I usually...
She does the whole family function.
I usually cook everything.
Always.
Damn. Everything except red meat, apparently.
Yeah. But if we went somewhere else, like people that we are just acquaintances, like friends of friends, and they're all bringing a dish, I'm like,
I like you.
I'll eat mine.
I like the chat thing that's going on right now, because you've been able to read chat. I just now realized that she's been in here like reading chat.
Yeah,
and
that's why
telling us things.
You can do it with 3 people.
Yeah,
because there's somebody else listening to your story to keep it going.
Yeah.
And speaking of keeping it going, it's time to take a break.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, damn. Oh, geez.
You can tell by the bark on the dog, it's time for the break.
For the love of Pete. I ain't got nothing ready. I was fasting.
Pretty proud of you.
Oh, that's
not an easy thing.
And I don't ever feel bad or get sick or anything, and I've got a pretty high pain tolerance. And about 3 hours from the end of the fast, I was like, "You have to make me food." I think I'm dying inside.
And then you went back as soon as you ate. Was it back to good?
I feel fine now. Maybe I feel pretty good, actually. I feel pretty good. They say you're supposed to feel good after it.
Okay, yeah.
After the fast, you're supposed to have more energy and everything, and I do. I feel pretty good.
Very bubbly right now.
Woo! All right, we'll be right back with more of The Hang.
Hello, I'm Mel Tillis. You know the country singer. Wild horses couldn't drag me away from a concert, but a bad headache could. Aspirin tablets can be hard on the stomach. That's why I take Jolly's headache powder. I can't let a headache dictate my life. I need to run on all six pistons. Jolly's contains twice as much aspirin as ordinary powders. Mix a Jolly's headache powder in your favorite cocktail, and you're good as new. Ask for Jollies.
Is there deer calls? Much like there's duck calls, there's some sort of like deer call, or like a mating call. And the video showed the championships because, everything in the world has a championships, no matter
Of course,
what it is.
Yes.
And it was like the deer mating call championships. But it's just a bunch of dudes up there blowing this horn or something. But the way it looks, it literally looks like they're giving a BJ to this thing because they have to like pull it out and pull it back in consistently to make the proper call. And I'm thinking, even if I was the best deer mate caller in the world, I'm not getting up there and doing that for the championship.
Not for the championship of the world.
Doesn't seem normal.
Are you sure? I've never. The only sound I've ever heard a deer make is.
To answer your question, no, I'm not sure.
That's the only sound they make at if you startle them. They make that sound, which is like
that would scare me.
That sound is everybody get, and they all run. One guy sees you and goes.
I mean, that would freak me out.
Deer calls.
See, you're gonna call me out on it being a deer, but I really don't know.
It might be. I mean, maybe they don't call each other around here. This guy's got a buck. Here we go. Grunt call. See, this is
dominant buck.
So
I think there's an old DVD of him laying around.
Look at you, just in the tone of your buck call. Adjustable Mylar reed. Oh my God.
Hold on. This is so messed up. So they do this just to bring a deer closer so then they can shoot it.
A buck. They're calling a buck.
So they're not even like in the business of hunting for him. Like he's not even stepping off his porch. He's like, you guys come to me and I'll shoot you. Like this is the height of laziness is where I'm seeing it.
This is,
I could be wrong.
I'm
sure I am.
This is where I get off of being on board with hunting.
Yeah.
It's like, if you want to go shoot a buck, go wander in the forest or go get in a blind and wait and go find a buck. Don't lure it there with because pretending to be
false intentions of getting laid.
Yeah, you're gonna get some ass. So you're
like yeah,
you're hightailing it right toward this guy's fucking rifle. That's being a pussy in the woods is what it's called. It's called being a pussy in the woods. I hate this guy. I hate this guy.
You're right. The buck's getting all horny. He's like, man, I hear that call. Man, I am in. I'm so in on this. It's mating season, and then you show up, and it's just this fat neck just out there with a shotgun.
With his fucking AR-15.
Looking to blast you while you're sitting there with a buck boner, and you got nothing.
What an asshole. Come fuck me. Come fuck me.
Is that Tony Stewart? Not even making a joke. It looks like Tony Stewart.
It does. Oh, that's right before he kills him with his ass.
He was the dominant buck.
What an I hate this guy. I hate this guy.
His
so much.
comes out of the woods.
And Hogan comes too.
Brother, mating call. What's up, dude?
I'm always in.
Somebody call for a dominant buck.
Welcome back to the Hang.
I know I said I haven't looked at adult videos, but I have. Of course. A little bit,
I knew you were lying.
This song right here, sometimes
Is it a porno backing track?
they'll play these like 10-second ads or whatever before the actual good video comes on, and be like, if you want to charge his debt, like, one of those things. Like,
yeah.
And this is the music on it. So,
Yeah.
if you've ever been lonely and thinking about things, yeah.
Wow.
I
picked a good one, huh?
I try not to intermingle the two.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Okay. So let's pimp our stuff a little bit. Cluster F Show OT tonight. After this is done, clusterfshow.com.
Clusterfshow.com, VIP section. Only place in the world you can get the OT.
Yep. And then download us on Spotify and Apple Music and all that stuff.
All that jazz.
All that jazz of which I don't know if I told you or not. The Hang. I may have. I don't know if I told you this. I was looking up the Hang on YouTube, and it populated because I was like, "Oh, the Hang podcast." See what goes up here, and it said the Hang podcast. I'm like, "Huh," but it's with this guy Brian Culbertson, who's a smooth jazz artist that I really like. And I'm going, of all the people in the world, damn, Brian Culbertson got the Hang podcast going on.
Stole our Hang. We probably stole his Hang.
We stole his Hang. I think he was, But we're up there too. We're on YouTube. Not under the Hang. It's under Cluster F.
The Cluster F Show YouTube channel. Cluster F Show YouTube channel. That's where you can check out the Hang. I was delayed on putting it up this week because we were banned in several countries. And I forgot to edit it out, so then I had to edit it out in the middle of the week and go, fuck.
These things happen.
It's like be the stupidest crap. So like most of the songs are like ad revenue paid to. You got to share it, and I don't monetize it, so I'm like, I don't care at all.
You share it as much as you like.
Just don't ban me in Russia. Always banning me in Russia.
Our listenership in Russia is huge.
We have like at least 5 or 6 people who live out of the listen out of the country. I can't remember where I found that logistic.
Oh, I have it. I got the
But I saw that. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. There's a few people in foreign countries listening to the show.
It's pretty neat, yeah. And that's just the audio. I don't know, yeah.
Do you know what the what's going on at the Minecraft movie?
All I know is
have you seen this, Jazz?
No.
Okay, yes. Trace went early on, took his kids, and he said it was good. He said some people were like kind of acting up and clapping a lot and stuff, but it's turned into like I think it's a TikTok kind of deal now, where you go to watch this movie and you get crazy, and you do all
What
kind
do
of.
you mean get crazy?
Well, like this, you get crazy. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm really looking for that when I'm watching a movie. See, the movie theaters now become just a place to film TikToks.
I weep for the future. I weep.
Oh.
I'm a fan of a good prank. I really am. That doesn't seem like a good prank.
Everybody's doing it. I mean, it's happening all over. This is a thing. It's a new thing to do that.
Well, I mean,
that's not a good prank.
It'd be better if it was like in a theater where adults only, movie, not like an adult theater, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Film that TikTok.
Matt refuses to go online anymore. He goes straight to the adult theater. He gets in a booth. It's the safest way. It's the only way. Otherwise, you're going to get your identity.
I bring a drill. I'm drilling holes in the walls.
Got to do what you got to do.
No, but I mean, look, it's one thing if you're doing something like that and it's a movie where only you know, it's 18 and up or 17 and up, whatever a rated R movie would be. I don't even know what the age on that is now. Whatever the
R
hell
was
it is.
usually
Was it
16, 16 and up, yeah.
Okay. But if you're in a kids theater and there's potential of like little kids being there and you're doing that, that's where it kind of sucks because it's ruining the little kids experience.
Yeah.
You know, as an adult, you can roll with it, you can deal with it. Or you can be like that dude up here and get in a little spat inside the theater and end up getting shot over some dumb shit.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if that guy was at this theater. He would have shut up.
Yeah, seriously. You take somebody by surprise. All of a sudden, you're watching a movie and you hear blah. Who's to say you're not going to get drawn down on?
Everybody's packing. Everybody's packing.
That's the shit of it, dude. You don't know. I don't know how it is in other states. I'm sure Texas is pretty liberal when it comes to that in some other states, but like Florida has become super liberal. I didn't know my father-in-law had a gun on him. Couldn't tell you for the life of me.
Yeah.
And we're fixing something around the house. He's like, oh, hold on a second. Pulls a gun out of his backside, basically, and puts it on the table. I was like, whoa. Like, but you just would never have known. He didn't have, it's not like a holster on the side.
Yeah.
He's not announcing it.
You don't know who's got it, who's packing.
You don't know who's packing, and you don't know who knows jujitsu. Between those two things, that and that alone is enough to just not fuck around and not have to find out. You know, like just be.
Oh, we got to fight. I'm not a large man. Because, hey, how about pop a shot? I'll take you on in a game of pop a shot.
Rock, paper, scissors, dude. It's all got to come down to rock, paper, scissors.
It's the universal language. Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors.
Tariffs, all of it. Yeah. Everything.
So this Minecraft, I think it made $315 million this weekend. And I wonder if it's because everybody's going there. It's a bunch of social media people wanting to get videos.
Well, wait, so Trace took his kids?
Yeah.
Did they like the movie?
They liked it. He said it was a kids movie where you didn't want to walk out because it was so bad. So it wasn't great, but it was fun. It's fine. If you want to take your kids to Minecraft, it's probably a fine experience.
If I was going to go to either Minecraft or Snow White, that is a tough call. That's a tough call. I mean, if we're talking about kids movies up right now that are Minecraft or... Yeah, I'd probably do Minecraft because maybe there's a bit of like some sort of double entendre adult humor in there you can catch. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm boycotting Snow White for the CGI elves. I mean CGI dwarves. You can't give a dwarf a job.
Wait, they got fake dwarves in the movie?
It's live action, except for the dwarves are fake. They're cartoon. They're CGI.
Oh, I would never know. Really?
Well, I know. I'm in the know on this stuff. Yeah, and it's like that's and the dwarves.
Yeah, how do we? Is it dwarves?
I don't know. I think it might be dwarfs. Is it dwarfs?
Is it with an F? Dwarfs.
Dwarfs or dwarves?
Dwarves or dwarfs?
Is there such a thing as dwarves?
See, both sound right, but I don't know which one actually is dwarves. Is it dwarfs with an F?
Dwarfs with an F.
Dwarfs. But I feel like I'm expanding it to dwarves.
Why do some F's turn into V's and some F's don't turn into V? An elf turns into elves.
Yeah, you're right.
So why do
shit?
Dwarfs not turn into dwarves?
I don't know. Well, either way, so they got some fake ass little people. They should be.
Yeah, they got excuse me, CGI little people.
Man, yeah, those opportunities.
That's 7 jobs.
That is 7 jobs.
7 stand-ins and 7. That's 14 jobs right there.
Yeah.
And you know how hard it is to get a job as a dwarf.
I mean, unless you're willing to be a party favor at some celebrity Halloween event, you know, they always love to hire them and exploit.
Yeah, unless you want to be totally exploited. Here you're right. You're just acting. You're a dwarf.
I told you this before. I'm totally not a fan of anybody that exploits little people like that. Like how the celebrities do it for their house parties, and they'll have like little midget caterers running around.
He needs a gig.
You're giving him a gig, but you're being a dick about it. Like I feel like there's, and I can have a good sense of humor about it.
He would hate you, that dwarf. He's like, man, I got $500 to fucking serve hors d'oeuvres, and this guy wants to take it away from me.
No, I want to slap the celebrity in their face. It's not about the dwarf not having the gig. Like, I want him to get the gig, but like, I don't know. They're doing it for.
Well, yeah,
they're doing it for the giggle. You know, like they're doing it for the laugh.
But the guy wants,
and that's not cool.
He knows they're doing it. He's doing it for the giggle, and he accepts that, and he wants that cash. A girl can put a football in her vagina, but a dwarf can't serve hors d'oeuvres.
Look, I'm not. I feel like that's a bit of a false equivalency. I could be wrong. I can't quite figure out the argument against it. You have to give me some time to wrap my head around that.
I couldn't really figure out the argument for it either. It just popped into my head. Bad analogy.
Truthfully, the football thing is much cooler. Probably worth a little more money, too.
Dwarfs have the right to earn a living. And who is society to tell them?
They're not. It's the celebrities who are all about, they'll come out with those messaging about, you know, I don't know, like human rights and, oh, you can't treat people like that. Like, it's one of those things. And then you see them and they're hiring 19 midgets for their Christmas event to run around with cocktail weenies on plates.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's not bad. I mean, I get it, but like, it's the hypocrisy of the people that hire them, I think. And I don't have celebrity names. It's not like I can rattle off.
I mean,
like,
I'm not. I would never.
I
wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I just wouldn't do it. I don't think it's.
But you know, you gotta make a living.
Like, instead, I would just invite the midget to the party. Little person, sorry.
You're not gonna make him. You can say, "Hey, wear an elf costume."
No,
and just come to the party.
No, I would just be like, "Hey, man, having a party. You should drop by." And then you're going to get the same effect, because if you got 19 midgets at your party, you know, you're getting the same effect without having to pay them.
I got to cancel the 7 dwarfs for the Halloween party. I thought that would be cool.
CGI,
yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't want to go to Minecraft and see all that nonsense.
Well, Minecraft, that's got to be all CGI.
I finally went to the nonsense of the people throwing stuff.
Oh,
I finally go out to a movie. Been a while, and I get people throwing popcorn at me.
I couldn't.
Clean shoot, I'm telling you. I agree with that guy more and more every day.
Clean shoot. And I got to tell you, I can't think of a movie that's up right now or that I've seen one a preview for that I have any interest in actually venturing to a theater to go check out.
Me either.
Like, I'm
don't make
all
them
in
like
if
they
somebody
used to.
says, "Hey, this movie's really good and it's coming out." Like, I'm open to it, but I haven't personally seen anything that's like great sounding or great looking.
God, it's been forever since I've been to the movies.
Actually, let's see.
I don't think they're making great movies anymore. I think it's just all about the dollar and cutting costs. And the scripts aren't that good, and the acting isn't even that good. And hey, let's throw 8 of these celebrities in a movie together, and that'll have star power. They probably pay them, a lot less, because they probably have like 6 days of work on the whole movie, because it's just like 8 celebrity cameos.
Okay, here's the thing, and tell me if you've even heard of any of these movies. These are the movies that are at a local theater, close to us.
Yes.
Okay. Good, Bad, Ugly.
No.
I've never heard of it.
No.
Now, let's preface with maybe we're not in the know on this stuff, so we'll chalk some of it up to that, right?
Yeah.
But for the most part, I feel like we're not so out of touch.
Usually you see the movies on social media sometimes. We're not.
Something. Okay, so Good, Bad, Ugly, no.
Nope.
All right. AXCN, Vampire Hunt D, 40th anniversary.
Sure this is a legitimate theater?
I don't know. I mean,
40th anniversary.
Debbie Does Dallas. All right, Minecraft movie. That's up there,
that's
obviously.
The #1 movie.
Freaky Tales.
Freaky Tales.
Have you heard of Freaky Tales?
No, I have not.
I don't know anything about Freaky Tales.
Freaky Tales.
It looks like it's got the guy Pablo Pascual in it.
I'm over that guy.
All right. So, what about Hell of a Summer?
Nope, haven't heard of it.
Looks like a horror flick. And by horror, it looks horrible. All right. Parvulus, Children of the Apocalypse.
What movie is the? Are you sure this is a legitimate?
Dude.
I've never heard of any even remotely of any of these.
This is an AMC theater, dude. I'm
AMC should be, yeah.
I'm just reading the list. So no. The Chosen, Last Supper, Part 2. They had a Part 2 of The Last Supper?
I did see.
You've heard of The Last Supper, Part 2?
I saw something. I thought it was The Chosen, and it's a 3-part deal, and it looked like some Jesus, like a real jabroni Jesus deal.
Okay, yeah, that's.
But I'm not.
Yeah.
Maybe I heard of that one.
Okay. The Luckiest Man in America?
No.
William Tell.
William Tell. That's the guy with the apple.
Well, not in this movie.
That bow and arrow.
Yeah, it might be based off of the William Tell, but the actual movie title is William Tell.
Does that sound like an exciting movie? The William Tell. The whole William Tell thing was he shot an apple off of his son's head. That's all anybody knows about William Tell.
I thought that was, what did Johnny Appleseed do? I thought that was
Johnny Appleseed spread apple seeds all throughout the land, and that's why we have apple seeds.
Oh, right. So William Tell,
Apple trees, I mean.
He shot an apple off a kid's head?
Yeah, his son.
Well,
made him world famous for the rest of our days.
That'll save us 2 hours and 13 minutes. What about A Working Man?
Nope.
Death of a Unicorn?
No.
Mad Square?
No.
What about The Chosen, Last Supper, Part 1?
Oh,
Apparently that's still
if they
up
release
there
the
too.
whole trilogy all at once, it's real.
What about The Friend?
No.
The Woman in the Yard?
Yes, I saw a commercial for that.
Hold on, you've heard of The Woman in the Yard?
Yeah, it's like a horror movie.
Okay. L2 Impuron?
Mm-mm.
Princess Mononoke?
No.
Disney Snow White?
Yep.
Okay, you can't not hear about that. What about Novocaine?
Yes, I've seen quite a bit of promo for that one.
Mickey 17?
No.
Captain America?
Yeah.
Yeah. Paddington in Peru. Boy, they really got Paddington Barrow, though. He's quite the world traveler, this Paddington.
Sucking him dry. Sucking Paddington dry.
Like,
Jesus
really?
God.
Really, Peru, guys?
Peru.
All
They're
the-
running out of countries.
You can put me in the red light district. You send me to Peru.
Peru. It's
Paddington in Peru.
Is there a big Peru population in the United States we're trying to market to? Paddington? Are they just looking for a P, alliteration? Paddington in Peru.
Did $5 at the box office.
Paddington in Peru. That's a catch.
Who's green lighting that one?
Somebody-
Okay, so we're gonna take Paddington.
You gotta, yeah.
Put him in Peru. At least put him in Puerto Rico. Do something fun where he's in there just shaking his ass. You know.
So your idea is what? Paddington in Peru, sir?
No, yes.
You know, I can see me doing it if you come over here and suck my dick. Then we will do Paddington. And the guy does, and that's how you get Paddington in Peru?
A little nice Mike Weinstein production.
I think that's how it works.
Oh
I think
my God.
I think in all big business, there's a lot of that going on.
Well, the movie business.
I think it's every
Yeah.
executive is just green lighting whoever sucks his dick.
You think that's how Boeing is still able to make aircrafts? You
think so.
You think they're getting government contracts and some government officials like, all right, Mr. Boeing, I know you want to build all these 737 jetliners, but you've had quite the nasty track record of crashes lately.
We've done a lot to remedy that, sir.
Oh yeah, what are you gonna do to remedy this? Zip.
Hold on, my calls. That's how it works.
I'm on lunch.
That's how it works.
Wouldn't that be weird to find out that that was how the government contracts were like the movie industry you look at and you go, all right, that's unfortunately the way it goes. But they were handing out government contracts for sexual favors and all that.
Pretty sure they are. It's all bribes and blowjobs.
How about these tariffs, dude? Did Trump? Did he just art of the deal the world?
I don't know what's going on, man.
I think he may have just art of the deal the world. And
you think he pulled a fast one on the whole world? You think he
not a fast one in art of the deal?
I don't know what exactly that means. What does it mean, art of the deal?
That's his book from back in the day.
I know,
where it
you
means
mean he did it. He's done
this.
it.
Yes, all this
brilliant
was
move. It's a brilliant move.
40 chess.
It's
Seeing everything.
60 chess. It is.
A lot of D's.
I can't figure out what's going on. Because
I mean, it's fun. It's fun to watch.
yes, that's what I was all about, the fun.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris. If Kamala Harris was in power, I don't know if she'd be doing, something to destroy the economy. I'm sure she would have. That's what they do, and grow the government and keep us on the same track. But it's a suicidal track. So I don't know if Trump is legit, but this is what has to be done. I don't know if it'll work. I don't know if you have time to make it work in politics, because it's to bring back a manufacturing sector is not, hey, a 2-year deal.
Well, what do you know now? Like, what's the latest you heard on the tariffs?
That China is going to sack us with I can't remember the number, but it's a pretty high number in retribution for Trump slapping the big tariff on China.
But are you aware that he paused all the others?
Yes, 70-day pause on 90-day pause on a bunch of the others.
It'll fly by like that on basically everybody but China. So 10% standard across the board, but nothing above and beyond. And except for China, where we've got them at 125%.
Yes, but the other countries were countries that agreed to do something in return.
Well, like 75 countries were basically calling up the White House in the queue and like, hey, what can we do to, make a deal? And that was music to Trump's ears, allegedly, where now he's going, great, now we know who's with us and who's against us. The only one that's really against us of notable would be China. So then, so now over the next 90 days, they're going to tailor these bespoke deals to fashion these tariffs and structure something for each country that's interested in making a deal that works favorably. So that's kind of where it's at. But, China, I was listening to an interview today, and they were like, well, we get a lot of things out of China, which obviously we all know. I mean, you can look at any of our items. You can look at any shitty item around your house, and it'll probably say made in China.
Everything.
It's like, so tennis shoes. And I'm going, all right, check. However, I got too many shoes. Not going to affect me right now. Like, I started getting selfish with it, right? I'm like, and they're like, Christmas decorations. Almost all the Christmas decorations are made in China. And I'm going, all right. No Christmas decorations. Got that covered? No problem. Check. And then it's like, I don't know, cookware, like little piddly kind of shit.
But wouldn't it be everything? Everything you buy is made in China, so
not necessarily. There's stuff that they make more of than it doesn't mean you can't get it somewhere else or another country won't start ramping up production or something like that. It's just like, hey, these are the big, what they manufacture a lot of, right? Where, so, but I'm going, I don't really, and I don't want to say it's not going to affect me because I'm sure it will on some level, right? But I don't, like, I'm trying not to buy much these days anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm like thinking, I'm being selfish about it. Like, okay, how is it going to affect me? And I'm going, darn, I won't be able to buy that giant Christmas ornament or that new pair of Nikes or whatever it is. It's like, I'm not seeing the big strain on me at the moment. Maybe eventually down the line there'll be some stuff, right?
Yeah. See, for like Donna, they've notified her that flowers will be 7 to 12% higher in the very, very near future because of tariffs.
Now, who notifies her?
The companies that sell her flowers.
And where are these countries coming from, though? Like, where are the
A
flowers?
lot of Colombia. Colombia sells a lot of flowers. A lot of South American countries sell all our flowers. I mean, give us all our flowers.
So with that, then obviously you've got to pass that along to the bottom line of the customer, right?
See.
So, I mean, for yours, it's. Yeah,
I asked her this last night.
But that whole industry would take that hit, right? Because it's not just her business; it's
the
every business.
whole industry. And I asked her last night. I said, okay, so the tariffs are affecting you right now negatively. You are, with all the other shit that's more expensive, in the world right now, and inflation, all this bullshit. Now you're getting hit with the 7 to 12% cost of your main, your main product.
Yeah.
And I said, how do you feel about that? Would you be willing to endure that if that's what the medicine that this country needs, to function and keep functioning without this $37 trillion debt? She was like, if it's not too long, she's like, if it's a reasonable amount of time, and they were actually doing the right thing, and doing what needs to be done and resetting the country to like it used to be. So I think most people would feel that way. I would, I'll do some suffering if it was good, but I don't know. I have no idea whether this is not some kind of money grab like it always is.
Yeah, that or like like when people raised their prices during COVID, it was the convenient excuse. Well, it's COVID, right? And at first maybe there was some truth to it, but then it became the convenient excuse, and then it became the convenient reason, and then it became the convenient reason it never went away. Right. And then now it's not even a discussion. It was like, oh, yeah, it became standard pricing. That's what I worry about with the price of flowers and that. It's like, okay, you could endure in short term, but who's going to take it away? Like, because much like any tax that you always vote for, and these people vote for the taxes, it doesn't just go away. Like you got to move mountains to get taxes taken away. It's easy to put them on. It's difficult to get them taken away.
Prices don't go down.
Right.
They rarely, if ever, go down when somebody raises their prices. And so these flower companies that she has to deal with a lot of these telefloras, all 1-800-Flowers, all these people. The people will go through them and they'll raise their prices. So even if Donna wanted to toe the line, she can't, because now
you can't maneuver.
She's got to sell. She's got to sell it for that, or else she's losing a lot of money. And it's like you said, it sure is fun. It's like what's going to happen today? Stock market up 2,000. Market down 2,000. Up to
Well, like with the flowers, okay, I don't know what Trump's sliding scale for tariffs were for South America, Colombia. I don't know what they were, right? But at least with this temporary pause, it's not as bad as it could have been, right? So like her tariffs on flowers, I guess theoretically could have been much worse, and maybe they will be in the future, who knows? But at least there's a 90-day reprieve. Yeah. But the problem is with flowers, it's not like you can go, okay, well, let me buy a truckload of them and before
you can't
they raise the prices. No, it's a product. It's got to be fresh.
I would be surprised if whoever she got emails from about the raising of flower prices due to tariffs. I'd be surprised if they didn't just go ahead and raise them anyway. Even though I would be shocked if we got another email that said, hey, the Trumps have been paused, so we're pausing our price. No, they're just gonna raise. It's corporate greed. Obviously, whoever's in power and the politicians and all this affect the economy.
Yeah.
But I forgot what I was talking about.
Well, one, I think it would be fun to do the experiment, like if Donna was just to email, starting off once a week and be like, hey, where are we at on these prices? Yeah. And then start stinging them every day. And
see if they even respond.
Yeah,
they might even
see where it goes.
Yeah, they don't even respond to people anymore.
But it was an interesting thing today with the stock market, because I understand both perspectives of it. And if he was playing chicken or playing 4D chess or 8D chess or 12D chess, whatever the hell kind of chess he's playing, fine. But one of the other points was like, look, yeah, you set the house on fire, and then you come back and you go, house really isn't on fire, but still part of the house burned down already, and you can't replace that house that easily, right? So like, even if you go back on it and you still cause some damage that, is not easy to recover from for some of these people. Or they said, like with the stocks, like, okay, F this, I'm out. I don't like what's happening here, I'm out. And they sold and lost, and now if they want to go back in, they got to buy higher on something that he was playing chicken with. Like I kind of get both sides.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. if he's playing a masterful game of 3D chess, and that's what we need.
Or a shitty game of chicken.
And maybe that's what you have to do
Yeah.
as a leader is you got to play the game of chicken. I don't know. Or maybe it's just a con man and a bunch of billionaires are going to get rich. But it sure is fun. Let's keep having it fun. I didn't have a lot of money in the market. I'm not really worried about it.
I know, right? Like, yeah. I mean,
never trusted the market. I was like, hey, I'll buy some property.
Yeah, the people griping are, probably using leverage or something along those lines.
I don't know what's going on. It's sure a good show though. We're having the other show was depressing. It was a downer. The prices were way sky high. So
I'm stoked that it's a tariff war. I will take a tariff war any day than a nuclear war.
Exactly.
That was my main thing. I'm going, oh shit. Okay, so now it's just us and China. Oh, this isn't good. And like, what are they going to respond? China's like, we raise our prices. And then we're like, well, yeah, we'll raise your prices.
Right.
And they're like, well, we raise your prices back. And we'll raise your prices back. And I'm going, tariff war. And when this is way better than us firing off some nukes. Like, as long as it doesn't get there, like a tariff war, at least we can all survive. Nukes, that's going to get ugly.
Or does the tariff war eventually lead to something worse?
That's what I worry about too. But for now, okay, fine. If they're bitching about dollars, fine. I mean, worst case scenario, we'll print more. We always do.
I mean, one of these days, somebody's going to have to fix the country.
Yeah.
Social Security's not going to. I mean, we've got to figure out some shit. If you're planning on retiring, if you're a 25, 30-year-old right now, and you're planning on retiring in 35 years, and thinking where the country's going to be there and what kind of money, the cost of living, and what kind of money you're going to get, make you think we need to reset, or you ain't getting it. You ain't getting it. If you just look at people nowadays, there's not a lot of people who are going to be able to ever retire. Ever. That never really happened in America. That a hardworking person gets to the end of his life and goes, fuck, I can't afford to live anymore. No, I'm homeless. And I worked for 35 years, busted my ass.
Yep.
Kind of sucks.
On an assembly line and doing the right thing and not taking advantage of the system or doing anything wrong, just trying to survive. And,
It's supposed to be your golden years, and you bust your ass all your life, and you're supposed to have a few good years at the end where you don't have to do anything.
A couple shekels to your name.
Yeah,
Just a few shekels.
And you're not going to not have to worry about struggling to stay alive.
Enough to buy a golf cart.
I remember back when the U.S., you didn't have to just struggle to be alive. You could retire. That's that crazy? Am I insane?
Yes.
I guess I am insane.
Dude, what is going on with golf carts? I looked at a golf cart. I know you have one.
Well, ours is...
Don't downplay your golf cart.
Like
you have a golf cart.
We got it used.
Okay.
And we've had it for like 5 years, and that thing looks terrible. But it still runs. But I'm not one of these golf cart people buying these, $10,000 golf carts.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to find a golf cart, and this is not like what I envisioned going around looking at golf carts.
It's a new day.
Like.
It's a new day and age, my friend.
Oh my God! It's like
it's turned into a status symbol almost. You got to have the 8. I got the 8-seater. Have you seen those? Have you seen
they
those?
look like the Busch Garden trams.
Yeah, they look like a tram.
Yeah, and then or the one that it's the one that has a backup camera. And I'm thinking, like, you just do this. It's a fucking golf cart. Why do I need a backup camera? You just turn your head a little bit. Turn your head a little bit.
Preposterous.
Like all the functions and the features, and going, okay, I just want a golf cart. Like, we're just using it to tool around the neighborhood. Like,
yeah, it's nice to have sometimes.
Yeah,
tool if you want to tool
especially
around.
when it's too hot outside and you don't want to walk, whatever. Yeah, whatever, right? Just the basic little thing. Nothing too crazy, but every golf cart. And then here's the best and worst part. Everybody has a better golf cart than everybody else.
Of course.
I mean, like, oh, no, you don't want to buy that, Brent. All their parts are made in China? Like, that's what the big are. And now, I don't know, I'm just learning this, but then the other golf cart, yeah, all the parts are made in China, but we can get them. Like, we're an authorized dealer. Like, it's no different. It's become The golf cart industry is now like the new version of what the car dealers were 20 years ago.
That's insane.
Where everybody's talking shit about the other brands, and
Golf carts.
and you don't know what to believe. Golf cart.
It's a golf cart.
Just want to tool around. But there is differences with like whether you get gas or what kind of batteries, a lithium battery, and all this stuff. But fucking backup cameras and sound bars and lighting underneath and 20-inch wheels. I'm going, oh, this is all too much, dude. A bumper in the front to like some sort of like, what are you bumping into? Why do I need a? Why do I need
gotta get it all, man. It's a dirty game.
a
The
bumper
golf,
guard?
The golf cart game. You got to get it all. You got to get it all because some maniac on a golf cart is going to crash into you. You need a bumper, buddy.
Well, then we started looking at used golf carts, but here's the problem with that is you don't know what's legit on there either, because you can find one in one of these cities, but with the hurricane, all these people are trying to offload their golf carts because they got fucked up by water damage.
Oh, so you can get a cheap golf cart?
That doesn't work, or it might work for like a week, but the battery script, so you don't know, so you can't trust the used golf carts, but the new golf carts you can't.
Exorbitant.
It's a crazy amount of money. Like,
see, Don and I
It's
talk
insane.
about this all the time because we deliver flowers. So we got all these new developments up there and around here. It's the craziest up here in Wesley Chapel.
yeah,
And you pull up to the lagoon. They live in the lagoon where they have a giant lagoon, and they got a $400,000 to $500,000 house. They're all cookie cutter, and
little track homes.
and inside the you look in the garage. A lot of times the garage is open, and they got the $18,000, $25,000 golf cart, and they got the Hummer, and just to live in the lagoon, the HOA.
Yep.
I can't imagine how many hundreds of dollars it is. I'm like, what the fuck are all you people doing? Because there's 1,000 of you in here. And there's another 1,000 over there in that development. They just built another lagoon over in Dade City.
Yeah.
What are you motherfuckers doing?
They're moving. They sold their house for a premium out somewhere, and they decided to move to the sticks. A la your boy over here. That's
But you still got to do something for a living. Their house couldn't have been that much.
No,
They can't retire on that. So what are you doing for a living and affording your golf cart and your all that?
That I don't know. I often wonder
And
that.
everything is exorbitant, so you're living through the inflation and all that.
So wait, your golf cart, you got batteries in there?
Yeah.
Have you had to replace them yet?
Yes.
How many times? Is it like a car battery?
It's basically looks like a car battery.
But do you have one? Because I
It's
opened
like
up
there's
some of
like-
those and they have like 8 batteries.
Yeah,
I'm
we
like,
got
why do you
5
need 8 batteries?
5 or 6 in there.
5 or 6 car batteries.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Uh,
Just the way it is. That's what it takes to power a golf cart. I mean,
It doesn't
it's
seem like
not-
it should.
I'm
Like,
sure
your
that-
car battery runs
that-
on one battery.
Well, that's old technology too.
No, but even I don't know.
Even the new ones got
Well,
all those batteries.
There seem to be a lot of batteries, unless you do the lithium thing. Then it's just a giant lithium battery. And then the guy who's like, and there's been some cases about them catching on fire, but it's really easy. Just don't leave it plugged in, and you don't have to worry about it catching on fire. I'm going, well,
How do you charge it if you don't leave it plugged in?
that's what, like, yeah, like
You gotta watch it charge.
again, like the sales pitch is weird, dude. It is a weird thing.
And who would have thought that the new status symbol would be golf carts?
Yes.
Every boy right around here, around the lagoon, everybody's got if you drive by the lagoon, there's 100 golf carts parked in the parking lot.
I mean, even in your neighborhood, on my way in here, a couple drove past me in a golf cart. And as opposed to me being like, golf cart, no, instead I'm going, well, what kind of golf cart do they have? What are they driving in? And I wonder if it works okay. I wonder how much that golf cart is.
they're pretty pricey, man.
Dude, it's
Now it's become exorbitant.
everything
Everything
is.
become exorbitant. Bullshit.
Golf cart.
It's the old man bitching show. I don't. It's hard not to be that way because, and they always say it. Every generation is the same. They're bitching about the generation younger than them, how stupid they are, and how everything's getting ruined. But it's like, boys, some shit seems like it's really getting ruined, doesn't it? I mean, don't you come to a point where
some stuff all generations should be able to agree upon.
Yeah, it's like this whole situation we got in here with the mental, the mental health, the pills, the focus on mental health is so much that it's creating mental health issues, and that's a thing. Just like you can see with the trans thing. The trans thing is fueled by the internet, and it's fueled by people like, oh, see, everybody sees this now, and oh, how's your mental health? And oh, hey, you before you were just a loser, but now you can become trans and fit into this group, and you will be amongst people who will mark out to you.
Yeah,
Some fucked up shit going on. That's a much larger segment of the population have mental health issues than used to. And
everybody's got a community, which is great in certain respects, right? But like, dude, back in the day,
furries.
I mean, look, before it was like, okay, it was either Alcoholics Anonymous or some sort of drug usage thing. There wasn't a lot of other groups. Maybe there was fringe groups, but it wasn't before like the Facebooks of the world were around and all that. You couldn't find other people with ADHD to talk with and hang out with and drown your sorrows with and have them confirm your thoughts and fears and all that together with. It was just either you were an alcoholic or a drug addict. Outside of both of those, you just had to just throw it back and move the fuck on. At least that's the way I see it. And then with the Facebooks of the world and everything like that, and then they started forming these fringe groups. It's like, oh, well, if you have ADHD but also don't eat meat or dairy, join this group. Like, and it became very fringed. And then now you got these communities, which is good. Again, it can be good, but it can also be very bad because now you're in this echo chamber of just literally.
That's what it is. It's the echo chamber. Everybody wants to be in their own echo chamber.
Right. You don't want anybody. You're not going to let somebody join your group who doesn't have it.
No.
So your whole group is just chatting about what you're thinking.
I think it's unhealthy.
I think it can.
I think you're immersed. Just become immersed in something.
Yeah.
It's like the mental health issue is I think it's the biggest proof because so many people have mental health issues now. It's like they didn't used to, and everywhere, every radio station, the internet, the TV, you can hear mental health, mental health, mental health. Nobody once asked me about my mental health, ever.
No,
I just had to deal with life.
Yeah.
But I was sad.
I know. I'm with you. Like I go back to that the dumb thing, but the Vince McMahon documentary on Netflix and all the adversity that guy's gone through, and he's done some shit too. Don't get me wrong, but he had that saying in there. He's like, "You throw it the fuck back and you move on," and it's like, what else are you gonna do? Like other people, like. There's a certain quality to that, like whether you agree or disagree with Vince McMahon's the whole thing.
Yeah.
But there is a certain part of you that you almost have to just throw it the fuck back and move on.
And we lost that.
We lost that. Now people wallow in it.
With the participation generation, people are, sometimes you lose.
Yeah.
Sometimes you lose. Sometimes somebody's better than you, and you can either, give up or you can strive to get better.
Throw it the fuck back and move on.
Back. It's life ain't so hard. We're making it a lot harder than it used to be.
I mean, I make jokes about the autism stuff, and yeah, there's definitely portions of that. It's all real. I'm being legit, but I'm not gonna join a support group for it. I'm not gonna change my life over it. Like, what am I gonna do about it? What am I gonna do about it? Nothing. Throw it the fuck back and move on. Like,
you don't have autism, but
then I appreciate your perspective. That's why I'm in this group. You see, I need the yin and the yang.
That's right. So yeah, you need more yang.
But if I was full of yin, then I would. It would be a nightmare.
See, I'm certain that I could be categorized as autistic, but like I said it before, I just got quirks. got a few quirks.
Well,
Perfectly normal,
ah,
healthy, male, raised a family, paid my taxes. Done it all. Never got in any trouble.
Have a great wife who was able to deal with some stuff that you can't necessarily deal with. And if you were forced to deal with them, you would be like, what the fuck am I supposed to do in this situation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
You don't understand like how helpful.
I do understand. I do understand.
I take it back. You do understand. But I mean that, kind of in a different way. Like, she is extremely taking stuff off your plate that if it was on your plate, your mindset would not be
I'm not
the same.
a plate clearer.
Right.
It would stay on my plate.
Yeah. Your plate would not.
Would get overwhelmed.
Very dirty plate.
But that's not autism.
No, maybe not in your situation.
That's just being,
You don't like to clear your plate.
incompetent and lazy.
Some would call that ADHD or ADD.
I
or
need to
something
go
like
that route. I need to go that route.
Paralysis or something called ADHD paralysis where you just can't do anything. And I'm like,
That's what I got.
yeah, you've got
ADHD paralysis.
paralysis.
Yeah, there's no cure either. Nothing I can do about
And if there was, you'd never know about it because it seems like a lot of work to get to.
I like that ADHD paralysis.
Paralysis. That's right. Oh, my God. Anything else happening in the chatter?
Beaver smell like tuna. He's obsessed with all form of red meat because he's on the carnivore diet. He says we had the best meat. It's called bison.
Oh, yeah.
But we had to kill them all because they were stopping the trains. It's true. They'd go across the train tracks and the train would be stopped for like a week because there's so many bison. So they had the idea of, well, let's just drive the trains by and slaughter them all.
Now, it's funny because bison, I still see it occasionally, I think.
Yeah, you can still get it.
But you only see it in like a specialty meat market.
That's a good question.
Because it'll be like you can get like kangaroo, bison, and like a couple other random things, oxtail, and things like that. But yeah, what the hell happened?
Why, if it's the best meat, beavers smell like tuna? Why, or is it? I know that plenty of you can get bison meat, and there's farms and bison ranches, but it doesn't seem to be like the American cattle industry.
Yeah, it's not the go-to.
They're like, oh, this is the way to go. It's bison. It's even better.
Mm-hmm.
Are they a pain in the ass? I mean, they're enormous animals.
Yeah,
I almost think that would be better.
Or do they just call? Is it just all beef? You know what I mean? Like, do they have to, like, if you're in the store...
You're not eating bison.
You're not eating bison.
No, because right now it's probably more expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd like to know why nobody's interested in doing the bison deal.
In Australia, kangaroo is, abundant, to say the least.
Yeah.
It is like a crazy, overpopulated species, and they have no problem with killing them and eating them all the time.
It's like a pest almost.
And it's apparently really tasty.
I had some, I didn't like it.
Okay.
A little tough.
When did you have it?
We had we were eating some meat here on the show.
Recently?
No, maybe probably 2 years ago.
Thought you guys haven't had meat. This is
it's kangaroo.
Bullshit.
Kangaroo is not.
That's meat. That counts as red meat.
I had like a bite.
What?
She didn't eat any of it.
So so you've cheated on the no meat. You've had meat.
I ate one piece and I was like, gah. What other meat did we have, babe? Do you remember? Or was it just the kangaroo? Buffalo. Bison? Did Trace have a bison burger? I think he liked it too. I think he thought it was excellent.
Bison burger, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, bison's the best meat.
Let's do a cookout like real men. Cook a bunch of meat.
Why'd we get rid of it if nobody's got the answer for that? Nobody's got
I'll have to look it up. I'm not too familiar with the whole bison thing.
Beef. BW Rick says beef you can fatten up quick.
That makes sense.
Might take a long time for bison to reach age. They're big animals.
That makes sense.
That's probably all it is. It's just about the money. It's always just about the money. It takes
Those cows. Have you seen the steroided up cows? It's a crazy thing that if you look in the store and you grab that pack of meat, but then you see what kind of steroided up freak it came off of, you're like, oh my God, I'm eating that thing?
Yeah.
They all look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. They are ripped and shredded and huge.
Lord knows what they're injecting them with.
Yeah.
Actually, it was ostrich that we ate. I remember now. Ostrich. So I didn't cheat because ostrich is a bird.
Oh, you got a nice technicality.
I got a technicality.
Still red meat free.
Yeah, it was gross. I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
VW Rick says bison burger is awesome. Maybe we need to start with the bison burger, babe. She's probably not into that. All right, we're done for the night. Going to head on over to the Hang OT, which is available only at clusterfshow.com. You got Cluster F tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Ned in your head to Friday morning.
And download us and tell a friend and leave a comment or do whatever it is that people do.
Do all that stuff.
Yeah, all that.
YouTube, Spotify, clusterfshow.com.
Apple, we're big on Apple.
Huge on Apple.
Apple Music.
Huge. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow for Cluster F, 8 o'clock.